Here's a great idea using Q software from Lumens and a DC260 visual presenter. I have a picture book, and picture books are not necessarily just for elementary school students. High school students love them as well. They love the words, they love the images, but they're great lesson starters. This one is going to be a science lesson starter. Right away, I would say to the students, what do you see in the image? And you'll get a whole bunch of brainstorming ideas of what they see in the image. I'm going to just click here, and I'm going to get some annotation tools up here so I can use them. I'm going to use the ellipse tool. I like this one a lot. You'll see why. Here's something that may be familiar to you. I've put an ellipse around the heron. I'm going to do the same thing for these frogs over here. And what you're seeing is I've built a Venn diagram. You need some text in the Venn diagram. So I'm going to click that text tool, and above the head of the heron I've clicked in. I could automatically type in here, but I'm not. I'm going to change the text a little bit. I'm going to make it bold. I'm going to change the size a little bit larger. I'm also going to change the color, and the color I'm going to make it yellow, and I'll click set font, and now I'm going to type heron, H-E-R-O-N, and click OK. That sets the text above the heron. I could put it any place here actually. I'm going to do the same thing for the frog. I'm going to click in above the frog over here. I'm going to change the text just a little bit here, just the color. I'm going to keep everything the same except for the color. I'll make that blue, and I'll set the font in there. And F-R-O-G for frog, and now the frog has frog above it. Now in the center, what do they have in common? Well, that's easy to do as well. I'm going to click in over here, and you'll have all sorts of ideas from students. And I'm going to change the color just a little bit on this so that it's a little different. I'll make that red as well, and I'll set the font there. And what do they have in common? Well, they're predators. And I'll click OK. What else do they have in common? I'll change the font again if I want. Let's see, let me make that a nice green color. I haven't tried that yet. I'll set the font there. What do they have in common? Well, they are consumers. And right away you get the idea that you can have a Venn diagram on something that is a picture book, and this picture book is providing me with a whole bunch of information that I want to get to my students to get them started in thinking about food chains, for instance, or food webs for that matter. Many of them probably didn't know that a heron would like to eat a frog. You can also add to this as well. So let's go back to the ellipse tool, and let's say I have another option in here. What if I used insects here? Because insects are certainly part of this whole deal. I could have 3 rings in my Venn diagram and do that as well. What I could also do with this is save that or capture it by using the image capture. And I'm going to save that as Venn 1, and you can save it any place you want. I'll save this to my desktop, and I'll click OK because it was successfully done. And now I have a copy of what I just did, and I could use that in a lot of different ways in the classroom.